This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
That's not kosher.
Well, hey, welcome in, everybody. We're here with you on the Monday after the Super Bowl, which should be a holiday. Like, we're going to talk about other ridiculous holidays that we have in America. Next Monday is President's Day. When's the last time you sat down on a President's Day and been like, hey, do you remember when Reagan was president? That was a hell of a time, wasn't it? You don't think about a goddamn president on President's Day. So I'll just say it. If we want to make a holiday in the month of February, it should be the Monday after the Super Bowl.
I agree. You can take President's Day and Valentine's Day and trade it for that deal.
I'll take it. So, but I am J-Mac, joined tonight by Sarge. Russian dolls are so full of themselves.
They are.
They sure are. And then you got Crispy Bacon up there at the top. He's got his Instagram and X handle up there, Chris_Mabry93. He's got some great stuff. If you haven't had a chance to go look at his content yet, you should. He doesn't do any off the wall stuff, but just some great content. He'll throw a good 3-minute video on there talking about a game, breaking it down. And of course, down there below him, we got the one, the only, the sleep champion himself.
You got to add the recently single mess around.
I was getting there. Sorry, I was reading a message. That was my fault. I was reading a message. I shouldn't have been, but I was. After 19 years, he has decided that he would rather live the single life. More power to him. Mess around.
I didn't decide that. She did, but I'm fine with it either way.
Okay. Enough said. Well, obviously, the number one topic on everybody's agenda for the day is yesterday's Super Bowl. I'm very happy with the way the Super Bowl came out. So I found myself rooting for the score and not for what team was winning because I played that square game with.
Oh, yeah.
I threw $25 in, bought 5 squares, and listen to the numbers I got. Random, by the way. It was totally random because you picked a number, and then that was the number you got to go and pick your squares. I ended with the numbers 3 and 0, 2 and 6. By the way, 2 and 6, and the score ended up being 5 and 2 at the end. I was so pissed. 1 point away. But I did win the second quarter and the third quarter. So for a $25 investment, I won $200. I'm not complaining.
Nice.
About it. So
Can't complain about that.
I'm not going to complain about that at all. Chris, how was your Super Bowl, man? So let's start with this. I'll rephrase the question. What's your one Super Bowl staple food? The one thing you're going to eat no matter what during the Super Bowl?
I'd have to go with either pizza or nachos. One of the two. Probably more nachos because it's easier if you're having a party. Just kind of tote around.
Yeah. I mean, I had a one-man party here, but I'll get more into that in a minute. Mess around. What's your staple food for Super Bowl?
Oh gosh, dude, hot wings. Got to be hot wings.
Yeah, I knew that was coming from you. Sarge?
Oh, see, I had jalapeno peppers, so that was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
so
the,
I make my pulled pork. Anyone that's had it, they'll tell you that's a
Oh
staple
my God.
anytime we get together. So I then I went and I made a summer slaw to go on top of it. Yesterday, and that turned out great. I'm gonna make that when we go camping to go on top of it too. But pulled pork's definitely mine. I'm partial to my own pulled pork, but I've heard from everyone else that it's good too. So that was good. And I tried a buoy. You have had buoy before, yeah, Sarge?
yeah, I think so. Remind me what it is. I've heard of it before.
So it's buoy, but it's made by I believe it's made by Anheuser-Busch, but it's I got the cream ale, the cream ale of the buoy. So it's a trick on the name. It doesn't taste like cream. Really, a cream ale is like it'd be like a domestic, basically.
Yeah, I've had a cream ale before at a brewery, and it was like probably my best favorite beer that there was. But I haven't had buoy yet. But I'm sticking with my staple right here.
You know, the only reason I even bought it is because I was shopping in the store, and they actually had a buoy representative in the store giving out samples of beer. I'm not even kidding. Like,
Really?
I was like, wait, how many of these can I try? And he's like,
Right.
you can try every one if you want to.
Can I go back a second?
So I got, like a half a cup of 6 different beers, and then I'm like, well, hell, I got to buy one now. So
And like the wine
I
and
will.
what was that place? Total Wine, like they do that every once in a while. Like they'll have like setups there and everything else. But that's how I got into like Pendleton, because they had like the Pendleton girls there,
yeah,
and they were, well, I'm not saying they're delicious, but it was delicious what they had. I tried like a tequila, like 3 different other samples.
hell yeah. We were talking about before the show how I'm going to the Pendleton Whiskey Music Festival this year. That's going to be fun. It's one day, because of the tickets we bought, we get to get in line early. So at 1:00 we can buy drink tickets, and the festival doesn't open until 3. So like we get 2 hours where we can just buy the drink tickets, and then all we have to do is walk up and give them our tickets to get our drinks. So definitely going to do that. And they're going to have like whiskey tasting and stuff. That's going to be an awesome time. I can't wait for that. The drive is going to suck. It's about a 5.5 hour drive for me, but that's okay. It'll be worth it once we get there. That's for sure. Chris, you got any good any good music festivals down your way every year?
No good music festivals. I mean, we do have the fair every year, and they play good music. They have they don't have really celebrities, but they have like tribute bands. So like last year at the fair, they had a tribute band of Journey,
Well, that would have been good.
and they sounded like Journey.
Good. That's what I'd ask you, but I know where you live, and there's not really much there. But hey, Sarge, how about up by you? By the way, isn't Metallica playing in September? Are they playing Lumen Field in September?
They are, but in July, in July you got Chris Stapleton and Willie Nelson in the same venue, but those tickets are like $400 already. But
yeah, I really was. I want to look into Metallica. I'd love to go see Metallica at Lumen Field. I'm trying to talk Sarge into coming to the Pendleton Whiskey Music Fest with me. I think that, imagine the two of us. The last time the two of us were together drinking, Chris got a call.
I know, you called me. I know.
Yeah.
what happened? Oh, good.
You guys called me. I know.
It was a great time.
It was hot. We had to stay hydrated.
I know.
It was so freaking hot.
But in all seriousness, today's the 12th of February, so we are about 16 days away from spring training, from opening game spring training.
Wow.
And I'm always happy for that. I love me a baseball season, man. Baseball season is awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I mean, all of us have our hopes up for the season. You know, Chris is sitting up there as the World Series champion from last year, so
I'm not expecting much this year. That's what.
Do you have any early picks, Chris?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. But I mean, Sarge, maybe the Mariners break through and finally make it to the World Series.
No. No. We don't even
like, yeah, let's not get our hopes up. By the way, did you see how hard all the Cowboy fans were trolling 49er fans yesterday?
No, I wasn't paying attention to it.
They were like, so for all of you that keep picking on the 49, or for all of you that keep picking on the Cowboys and saying how we don't have a championship in so many years, just remember the 49ers are 1 year longer than us.
Good point.
You're on mute.
I'm so glad I turned my camera off because I fell out of my chair.
Oh, man, that happens.
You know what? With the Cowboys, I think Tony Romo is the only Cowboy that has Cowboy.
Dad, what? You cut out.
I think Tony Romo has the most Super Bowl appearances in all Dallas franchise.
I saw a meme after the Super Bowl. It said Super Bowl appearances since 93. Dak 9. Taylor Swift 1.
Right?
Right.
Yeah. By the way, think about this. Andy Reid won his 3rd Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Of all active coaches in the NFL that are actively coaching, I'm not talking about ones that are maybe going to be signed by a team. I'm talking about ones that actually have a job right now.
Mm-hmm.
How many coaches actually have a Super Bowl ring that have a job?
Well, Tomlin.
Tomlin.
Peterson from Jacksonville.
Mike McCarthy, right?
The Broncos coach.
Peyton.
3, 4. That's all I can think of.
Well, you got all of them.
That's it?
There was 4. So there's 5 active coaches in the NFL that have a Super Bowl ring. And they have
I got them all.
And they have a total of 7. So Andy Reid has 3 of those.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
That is crazy.
It is crazy. It's crazy to think about. Here's the other crazy thing to think about.
Okay.
Kyle Shanahan.
96, my bad.
Okay. I mean, the VHS tape still ain't going to work, Dragon Viper, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so where was I going with that? Damn it. Thanks, Dragon Viper.
Yeah, you ruined his train of thought. For nothing.
Yeah, you did. For nothing. Kyle Shanahan. So think of Kyle Shanahan has now been in both overtime Super Bowl games in history. And he's lost both of them while having a 10-plus point lead at some point during the game.
Yep.
Dang.
Yeah, and both times you just ran the ball.
I know.
Well, no, not only that, but it looks bad that you said you didn't know the overtime rules.
Okay, I mean, I'll be honest. Until they actually mentioned that the overtime rules changed in the playoffs, I wasn't sure that I knew the rules either.
I didn't know. I'm going to be honest. I didn't know either because I was sitting there and telling my brother, damn, looks like Niners going to score right here and it's going to be over.
Yeah.
I mean, they would score a touchdown and it's going to be over. I didn't know.
Yeah, I honestly forgot that they had changed the the playoff overtime rules. So
I was like, oh, your Chiefs got lucky; they got bailed out. They held them to the field goal. They're still good. And then today I'd read that Niners would have scored a touchdown. Kansas City would have got a chance to match. So I was like, what? I didn't know that.
It's crazy. It's crazy rules. I do like it though. I do think that is the best. That is the way overtime should be. Both teams should get a chance to score.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I do agree with those rules.
But if you give up a kick return for a touchdown, you don't deserve a chance.
No.
Yeah.
No. If you give up a kick return for a touchdown, the game should be over.
It should.
Oh man. Okay, so yeah, Reed's got 3 Super Bowls. Mahomes has 3 Super Bowls. How many active quarterbacks in the NFL have a Super Bowl ring?
This is being harder than fucking last question.
I don't think any other.
I'm gonna say 3.
Nick Foles is
I'm
still
gonna say
active.
0.
Nick Foles is
Yeah,
active.
but he's not a starter.
Doesn't matter. He's still active.
For what team?
Huh?
For what team?
No, in the NFL. What quarterbacks have Super Bowl rings?
Well,
Remember, Mahomes has 3.
would you have to give Wentz a ring then?
Wentz does have a ring. Rodgers has a ring.
Yeah.
So
There's
3.
one you're forgetting that's out west.
Wilson.
Wilson. Yeah.
Garoppolo.
Garoppolo.
does have a ring. I believe he's got 2.
Oh yeah, with the Patriots. I forget all about that.
Yeah.
Bortles.
Bortles hasn't been active in
Yeah, but he just got one with the Chiefs.
That's true. Tim Hendricks got the other one, the other big one.
What was
Matthew
that?
Stafford.
So,
Shit.
so what you're saying is being a backup quarterback, even in third string, is the job of a lifetime.
Is the best job in the world.
Heck yeah.
I can rock a hat backwards and clear a clipboard. And
Right?
Just say, hey, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm listening to Metallica.
I'm eating a fucking chili dog. Leave me alone.
Hey, imagine being like the backup linebacker that never plays, and then the starter gets hurt in the Super Bowl, and you just like trip yourself going on the field, and you're like, "Oh, I pulled my hamstring. I can't play."
Like that guy did at the Niners.
Yes. So
That
then the
was
guy
bad.
behind you plays, and then you win the Super Bowl and win a ring.
Dang. That would be depressing. I would understand it, but it would be depressing.
But, to hit on what Messerin was talking about, I don't know why the 49ers – you have Christian McCaffrey, who was the offensive player of the year, and you stopped running the ball. Like, you put it in the hands of Brock Purdy, who, yeah, he had a good year, but you're putting
I honestly think Shanahan wanted to prove that Purdy's more than a game manager.
Yeah, but look what happened. They lost
I know.
the Super Bowl.
I'm just saying. I think that was what he was trying to do. But yeah, I wouldn't have taken the ball out of McCaffrey's hands.
Although, give it to Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Those two have the best in game. They have the best they can change things in the game better than any coach and quarterback in the league.
Part of adjustments, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think it's more scripted than wrestling right now. So
Maybe.
I think since Tom Brady's gone, they had to find someone else to do all this stuff because it brought in money. Then they're like, oh, Taylor Swift, we'll pay you $3 billion all week just to date a Kelsey.
Well, getting off that,
Right?
by the way, I saw the final viewership. The Super Bowl was watched on 123.4 televisions yesterday.
Damn.
More than the
120
moon landing, they said.
Yeah, 123.4 million televisions. Think about that, though. So then everyone's like, oh, 123 million people watched the Super Bowl. No. it was probably closer to 200 million people that watched the Super Bowl because that was the number of TVs
Right? Not people.
that the Super Bowl was on, not the number of people that watched it.
That's insane, dude.
What'd you guys think of Usher's halftime performance?
It was trash.
Bro, when he took off the shirt, like I was jealous, so I started taking off my shirt for my wife, and she just laughed.
It's
I was like, but it jiggles.
like Jello. It jiggles.
I thought it was good. I mean, like probably back like early high school or like I would say middle school, high school, then like my early bar days in college.
Sure.
Is it getting hot in here? You know what?
Yeah.
Then I
How
start
about the
sweating.
commercials? Was there any commercials that you liked that stuck out?
State Farm with Schwarzenegger.
Double.
The chopper.
That's
Choppa.
And they got Danny.
Schwarzenegger's always good for a good commercial.
Yeah, I like Doritos and the two old ladies. That was good.
That was good. That was good. But you
I
know
don't
what my
think
favorite one was? I don't know why. I've never even like the guy is not even like super famous, but everyone knows who he is. But I like when every commercial Christopher Walken does during the Super Bowl. So like they did the BMW talking like Walken. And
Oh, dude, I love
everyone's
him. He's awesome.
yeah, everyone's talking like him. He goes in to buy it, and they're like, they're just talking like Christopher Walken. It was
Yeah.
great. I thought that was great. Randy says he didn't watch the halftime show. Well, no one asked you anyway, so
Yeah, you're not on the show, so your opinion doesn't matter.
right. Yes, I like the Christopher Walken commercial. I mean, that's way to piggyback. I mean, you wait till someone else says it. That's a Dragon Viper special right there.
Does he flip the hair when he says it? Just, yes.
I mean, we could just all start screaming Dominique Mysterio
There we go.
We could.
just to
Or-
get
His other favorite riddle.
yeah. Well, and you wonder why I'm not on there. And you're not on there because you can't take the heat. You don't want that smoke.
Right.
I want that.
That's why.
Whoa.
We're not talking about smoking poles, okay? Sorry.
Oh, my bad.
Tim Hendricks says dirty effing Dom.
There you go.
Yeah.
What was your
All right,
least favorite
let's see.
commercial?
What?
Least favorite commercial.
Least favorite commercial?
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what? You know what one I wasn't impressed by this year? I really wasn't impressed by the Clydesdale Budweiser commercial. Usually they put out a good one, but to me it's just kind of generic this year. Just them doing an old school run to an old school tavern, and then like the
Right.
horse and the dog at the end.
Well, you know,
I don't know. It just seemed kind of bland.
$7 million for a 30-second spot. I don't think I would try either.
Yeah.
The Geico ones were pretty lame.
All right. Let's play a little trivia game here. And see if
Please not a TV show trivia.
not TV show trivia.
You
Well, I
missed
can-
it mess around. Chris killed me
Yeah.
on like this
Dude.
trivia. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Tim got his ass kicked. It wasn't even close.
No.
So before we get into the trivia game, I do have this is for Brandon if he's watching. He loves it when I come up with these little stat tidbits that take forever to find, and really I just find them on like the NFL website or something. But this one is interesting. So every single NFL season up to 2023 has had either Curly Lambeau, Tom Landry, Chuck Knox, or Bill Belichick coaching a team?
Wow.
Wow.
Till next year.
Yeah. And if Belichick doesn't go to a team, I mean, it could be the first year without that in history.
Well, he's not because everybody's already got a coach, right?
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Here's what we're going to do for the trivia tonight. You guys are going to pick a random number between 1 and 33. And I'll tell you what's synonymous with 33 once you pick your number. And when you pick your number, you have to guess the player and the number of hits that they have in their career
Oh my God.
for baseball. Now, why 1 through 33, you ask? Because 33 players all time have 3,000 hits in their career. Only 33. Think about that. Only 33 have ever done it.
Okay.
So
That's crazy.
you have 33 names to pick from.
Hmm.
We're going to start with Sarge.
Yeah.
Pick 1 through 33.
Let's just start with 1.
Okay. Player.
Oh, I need to choose a player?
Yeah.
Oh,
Player and the number of hits.
the number 1 player?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Pete Rose.
How many hits?
Oh. Was it like 4,100?
It's not a bad guess. It's pretty close.
Dude, I'm not going to begin this Kim. I don't know any of these guys.
4,256.
I know they are, but I don't know how many hits they have. Who's on that list?
Mess around. Number 1 is gone, so you have 2 through 33.
Sorry about first. I'm going to go last. 33.
33. Player.
DiMaggio. I don't know.
I mean, I would say that's not a bad guess, but actually it's not close. So number 33 is Roberto Clemente. And he had exactly 3,000 hits in his career.
Okay.
Crispy.
Huh.
We'll go number 4.
4.
Yeah. And we'll go Nolan Ryan.
Hits.
Dude. Can you get a review on that one?
Hitter, not a pitcher.
Judge.
No. It's Stan Musial. And he had 3,630 hits in his career.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Another number, Sarge.
Oh, since I know this one, 25. I know this one by heart.
Number 25 is
Should be Ichiro.
how many hits?
3,089. I know that one.
He got that one exactly correct. He got everything.
Yeah.
Number, player, and number of hits.
What, Mariner? Come on.
Chris.
Number 10.
Okay.
I don't know.
The one clue, I'll give you one clue on this one. Number 10 is a modern player, modern era player. He's recently retired, not yet eligible for the Hall of Fame.
Oh, I know.
Pujols?
Nice.
It is Pujols.
Nice.
Yes, you pulled that one out. How many hits? How many hits did he have?
3,400? I don't know.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
You were only 16 off. 3,384.
Oh.
Let's go one more round. Sarge.
Oh, You mean lucky number 13.
13. Who is it?
Willie Mays Hayes.
Well, it's Willie Mays. Yeah. Not the Hayes.
We say 3,850.
No, it's 3,293.
Oh.
Chris, last one.
Number 12.
I guarantee you'll never get this name.
Yeah, probably not.
It's Eddie Collins,
Mhm.
right? Yeah. Never in a million years would you have guessed that name.
What the heck is it?
3,315. Some notable ones on here. Miguel Cabrera,
Yeah.
Miggy, 17th overall in hits in his career, 3,174. Let's see, another modern player. Adrian Beltre. That's the one I thought you might have gotten, Chris. He was 18th all-time, 3,166 hits, newly minted into the Hall of Fame, by the way. Very well deserved for Adrian Beltre. He hung around a long time, but he definitely deserved to be in there. Ones that you may not know had 3,000 hits in their career. A couple that I was surprised by. Paul Molitor.
Okay.
And he's actually 11th all-time with 3,319 hits. Craig Biggio.
I knew he was a 3,000 hitter.
Did you?
Yeah, I knew that he was, but I just didn't know what place or his number.
Sure. Rafael Palmeiro. That one surprised me.
No, I did not do drugs.
3,020 hits.
Tony Gwynn has to be in there, right?
Tony Gwynn was there. Tony Gwynn is 22nd all-time, 3,141 hits.
Wow, he's in the 20s?
I know.
I thought he would be like higher.
Yeah. But me too. But he did take a lot of walks, so a lot of those at bats were taken away. Let's see what else we got. Okay, here's a good one. Switching to college football.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, I'm going to name off a team and you tell me the last time they won the national championship.
Okay.
Let's go Illinois.
We're going to say 1986.
Chris, got a guess?
1988.
Man, so close, yet way so far off. 1951.
Okay.
Let's go. TCU Horned Frogs.
Going to the championship or won it?
Won the
Won it.
championship. Their last national championship.
$800 BC.
1950.
Chris actually wasn't that far off. 1938.
Okay.
Let's go with Rutgers University.
Like picking teams that usually don't make it. Oh,
1940. I don't know.
I'm gonna go 1954.
Well, I mean, you were only about 100 years off. Their last national championship was 1869.
That was close. Or Chris was closer.
Oh God. Let's see if we can get a slam dunk here. Washington University.
Oh, weren't they co-champions?
Yes.
Oh,
19.
they were co-champions. I knew that. Who was USC the other champions, or who's that?
2006.
No.
No, that was
No, it's in the 90s.
It is in-
94. 94.
I believe Nebraska was the team they were the co-champions with.
I will say 92.
Oh,
Go
so
90.
close. 91.
Oh,
91. Yeah. Let's see. A couple more. Let's go. This one should be easy. It may be the greatest college football team ever assembled.
Montana Grizzlies.
The U, the University of Miami.
Oh, was that during what's his face? Bush.
I could name so many players off that team.
And none of them are in the.
I'm going to say 2000.
I'm gonna go 2004.
Chris?
2000.
Oh, you were close, Chris. It was 2001.
When, Ohio State.
No, University of Miami.
Oh,
That team was
Or-
stacked.
what is that when McGinnis like pretty much tore all his ligaments in his knee?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I remember that. That's like vivid in my mind. Like
I mean, that team had Ed Reed. You could go on with the number of players that were on that team.
Surprised they just won one like championship from all that.
I know.
Like who was the quarterback? Kent Dorsey or something?
Ken Dorsey.
Yeah.
Let's go. Washington State Cougars.
Oh.
– 1980.
I'm gonna say 1966.
Or never.
Okay, I thought you said
Whatever.
won a champion.
Yeah, they have never won a championship.
Or will they?
Probably not. They're a team without a conference, so they probably won't.
Well, the Pac-12 is still around.
It's the Pac-2. How about Texas?
Oh,
That was 2006.
no, it was 2010.
No.
No, when did what's his face?
Vince Young?
Yeah, what?
That was 06, I thought.
No,
Or
I think you're a year
2000.
off. No, it was 2005.
So the game took place in January of 2006, but it was for the 2005 season.
Okay.
We're both right. You got to give us credit on both.
So yeah, I'll give you both some credit on that one. But yes, you did have the right. That was the Vince Young team that won the national championship.
Yeah.
Probably the greatest national championship in history is when they played against USC in that championship.
Yeah, that was a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do two more. Let's go. Wisconsin.
Ooh.
Mm. 2000. I'm going to go never.
I'm going to go never as well.
1942.
No.
What it says. Last one. For as much hype as they get every year, by the way, got to say this. For as much hype as they get, it really has been a long time since they've won a championship. But we hear about them all the time. UCLA.
UCLA.
Wait.
We hear how good they are every single year. And before you give your guesses, let me tell you this. There is 1, 2, 3, 4.
1986.
5, 6 Pac-12 teams that have won a championship since they have.
I'm going to go with 86.
Give me 1986. No, I'm going to go 1956.
So close, Tim. 1954. And since then, Colorado has won a championship. Arizona State has won a championship. USC has won a championship. I also saw a couple others, but just to give you that, those teams have won a championship since the last time UCLA did, and we hear how good UCLA is every single year.
Wow.
So, are they really that good that we have to hear about them that much every year? Just lots of teams have won a championship since they have. All right, Chris, how's the dating life?
I'm still trying to work it. Not doing too well at it.
No.
Still trying to work at it. No.
All right. Well, I mean that happens.
Yeah.
You know, it was $7 million for a 30-second ad this year.
It's like a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, the last time someone made an investment like that is when the Jets, signed Aaron Rodgers for 30 seconds of.
I saw that. That's so true.
It is true. Oh, it's true. All right, let's see what else we got. So I'm going to ask you, if this was your team's starting pitching rotation, how you would feel going into the season. Okay? I'm not going to give you names. I'm just going to give you numbers. All right?
All right.
Starter number 1, ERA last year 3.86, 281 strikeouts,
Hmm.
and had 188 innings pitched. Okay. Starter number 2 had a 2.55 ERA, 177 innings pitched, and had a whip of 1.13. He's not really a strikeout guy, so we won't talk about that. Starter number 3 in the rotation, 163 innings pitched, an ERA of 3.64, and 183 strikeouts. The starter of the 4th spot, 102 innings pitched, an ERA of 4.30, and 125 strikeouts. Starter number 5, 174 innings pitched, a 3.81 ERA, and 128 strikeouts. Now, if that was your starting rotation going into the season, how would you feel about your starting rotation?
I'd be okay with it. I mean, everyone's pretty much below 4, except for one guy.
One guy, and that guy is. So this is what I always tell everyone when they freak out about your starting rotation when they see a guy with a 4 ERA. So they consider a quality start in baseball when you pitch 6 innings.
Oh, it's 6.
6 innings or more with 3 or less runs given up. So if you give up 3 runs for every 6 innings, that's a 4.5 ERA. So if you're under 4.5, you're better than a quality pitcher, right? I mean, that's how I do that math. So that rotation is the Atlanta Braves starting rotation to start the season.
I should have figured.
I'm just saying. Everyone is complaining about they didn't make a big offseason move. The worst pitcher in that lineup is Chris Sale. And what's he going to do when he's not pressured to be the number 1 guy?
He's going to be injured. Don't worry.
Well, it remains to be seen. But
it's every year.
It's true. But I'll say you got to feel pretty good with that rotation.
I mean, like, I am not an analytics guy, but here's me talking about analytics. I look at the whip, though.
True.
I mean, the lower the whip, the better I feel more comfortable because I take whip over strikeouts any day. Because strikeouts, you still have to pitch 3 pitches no matter what for a strikeout.
So what do you consider a good whip? I'm just curious. I don't know. I haven't really studied the analytics on that one.
So the whip is pretty much your walks and hits divided by innings pitch. That's your whip.
Right. So what's a good one? Because I don't know.
I would say anything below 1.2. That's me. If I see anything higher, like in 1.5, there's like a 50-50 chance that batter's going to get on base.
Okay. So you want to go purely on whip for that starting lineup?
Yeah, I want to go whip. Let's whip it.
The highest one, the highest whip in that lineup is Charlie Morton, who's the number 3 starter, and his whip is 1.38. Everyone else is lower than that.
Yeah, I'd go with that lineup. I mean, I'll get rid of a few positional players, but I'm glad you took Kelnick.
Me too. I think he's going to be a hell of a player. I think we got. I mean, you put him in that lineup, he's going to be protected in that lineup. So,
yeah, that's the thing. He's going to be protected. He'll be the Brock Purdy of the Atlanta Braves.
Hey, we could go with that. Hey, by the way, did you hear Brock Purdy in his clap back to Cam Newton?
No.
No.
So Cam Newton comes out and he's like, yeah, that Brock Purdy kid, I mean, I guess he's pretty good, but he's like the 10th best player on his offense. And they asked Brock Purdy how he felt about that. And Brock Purdy's like, I mean, that might be true, but I happen to know that there's like 90 quarterbacks in the NFL and Cam Newton's not one of them. So
man, Cam Newton's just trash.
I know.
Yeah.
Ever since his Super Bowl, he's just been horrible.
Right? By the way, a little PSA announcement. Don't forget. Don't ever make fun of a kid for believing in Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and all of those holiday people. You know why?
Why?
Because there's still dads out there that believe their kid's a shortstop. So
I'm so glad I don't believe in
no doubt, right?
like
Here's
kids
an interesting
make it.
Hey, here's an interesting note. So Easton Stick, anyone know that name?
I've heard the
Yeah,
name.
he was a quarterback, right?
He was
For,
the backup
San
this
Diego.
year in LA for the Chargers.
Yeah.
Starting- So Easton Stick was just the fourth quarterback to start for them since the 2005 season. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That span covers 18 years and almost 300 games with four quarterbacks. The
I believe
Cleveland Browns started four quarterbacks in the month of October.
But look who made the playoffs.
It's true. It's just one of those funny anomaly stats that's out there.
I know, and with the with the Chargers, man, you had Phil Rivers was durable, man. He was like never injured.
That is true.
No.
I mean,
And if he was injured, it's serious.
yeah, if you want fantasy points, I always went with Rivers.
True story. Although I do find it funny, I saw something earlier that said no team knows how to waste talent like the Chargers. For sure. And that's the truth. They had a stacked team. I don't know how they didn't win a Super Bowl.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
I mean, that is the only reason.
Yeah, because it was always between Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, or Philip Rivers.
That is true.
Every year in the AFC.
Another
Yeah,
Tony Gwynn stat coming up, by the way. And this is why it's amazing, you're right, that he's not higher on the hit list. Tony Gwynn played for 20 years, 20 seasons, 2-0. Right?
Yep.
Right?
He struck out in a game 3 times. Once. In 20 years.
That is crazy.
One time in 20 years. Joey Gallo strikes out 3 times a game.
Yeah.
Screw.
That's why we got rid of him.
No, what? You guys should have kept him. I mean, I'm glad he's gone from Texas. Because he was a Mariner killer. That's all I can say about him. A Mariner killer. And there's that Mike Trout guy.
And would it be complete if we didn't pick on the Chicago Bears? I just wish Mess Around was here to hear it.
I know.
So some stats on the Chicago Bears. They've never had a 4,000-yard passer. The only team in history that has not had a 4,000-yard passer.
Okay.
They've had 14. So this goes back. Now, with this season, it's 15. 15 consecutive seasons in which they have had at least 2 starting quarterbacks during the season. 15 consecutive seasons. They have had 1 Pro Bowl quarterback since 1975. 1 season they had a Pro Bowl quarterback. Do you know who that quarterback was, by the way?
Mm-mm.
Mitch
Trubisky.
And who just got released from the the Steelers?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got released.
And one last stat on the Chicago Bears. They have finished last in passing yards 17 times since 1970. There's only been, by the way, for anyone who's wondering how phenomenal that is, there's been 53 seasons since 1970, and they finished last in passing 17 of those, more than a third of the time.
Wow.
If anyone's wondering, that's not good.
No, that
No,
is
it's not.
definitely not.
That is
So, Chris,
definitely not.
Chris, a question going into baseball season. We'll get finished
Yeah.
up here. Your highest paid player on your team last year threw exactly 0 innings in the regular season. Do you know who that was?
DeGrom.
Jacob deGrom. Just curious, do you think he actually throws an inning this year, or
Spring training.
They're saying no. They're saying they will, but or that he will. I don't see it. I don't think so.
Isn't he scheduled to be back like mid-season?
Yeah, sometime between August and September.
That's late season, dude.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty
Well-
much the entire season.
Yep.
Yeah, one pitch, he's gone. I mean, do you think he's faking it so he can just rack up the money and not put in the effort? Like Albert Hainsworth?
I mean, if you played for the Mets for all those years, you might fake an injury too. I'm just saying.
I'm kind of interested in that, like next year's free agency for MLB, because it was like Pete Alonso is coming up, so that'd be kind of interesting.
He'll go to Seattle.
No, because we only need 54% winning percentage to make it to the playoffs. What our GM says, so that's not going to happen. We're going to trade Rodriguez somehow and just end up with nobodies.
By the way, looking at every major league team that has a player with the longest hitting streak since 2010. Do you know who's on top?
Me?
No.
So what was the question? I'm sorry.
Since 2010, they compiled a list of one player on every team that had the longest hitting streak for said team.
Okay.
So what players had the longest hitting streak since 2010?
Oh. – 2010?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Todd Helton.
Helton would have been. Where are the Rockies? Helton is not on the list.
Fine by me.
The Rockies, it was actually Nolan or Arenado who had 28 hit in 28 consecutive games. The guy on the top of the list, the very top of the list, was Dan Uggla for Atlanta.
How?
He had a 33-game hitting streak in the 2011 season.
I remember that now.
And guess what? He raised his batting average that year in those 33 games from 168 to 220.
Wow.
And he still has the longest hitting streak since 2010.
Do you think anybody will beat Joe DiMaggio, though?
It's so hard. Pitchers are, I mean, you talk about the game now is strikeouts or home runs. And
yeah,
it just, no, I don't think it's going to happen. I can't see it happening.
So that's a record that'll probably never be broken.
That'll never be
Probably
broken.
not.
Nolan Ryan's strikeout record will never be broken.
Pitchers don't even go past 5 innings now.
Yeah. So those records are going to last forever. They're timeless. Cal Ripken's consecutive games record, that's not going to be broken. All right. Chris, give us some final thoughts.
Yeah, great show. Thanks everyone for watching and tuning in. Great things coming in the network, so just stay tuned.
Sarge.
Hey, hunting season is a close for now, so just hanging back and just thank you for tuning in, especially Tim Hendricks and Randy Cox, and see you guys next week.
All right. And I just want to thank you all for watching, listening, however you get your local podcasts. We appreciate you so much. Don't forget, give us some stars if you like what we're doing. That helps us be able to make content for you. Go visit our great sponsors. You can see there across the bottom. You can also visit our website if you would like to look at those sponsors and see all the great stuff we have on the network. You can watch this show anytime. That website is coasttocoastentertainmentnetwork.com. So go check that out. Everything's on there. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook. We've got a Twitter handle. We're on Instagram. We're everywhere. We are everywhere. So go check us out on all of those. Thank you so much for watching it. And until next time, we'll see you all on the other side.
Bye, please.